Assalamu alaikum, my beloved brothers and sisters. Listen carefully. There is a verse in the Quran that brings real help, real change, and real relief. A verse that has helped countless people come out of debt, stress, and fear. A verse that opens doors when you feel stuck and brings rizq from places you never expected. This is not a story. This is not motivation. This is a promise from Allah. And if you understand this verse today, your worries, your pain, and your debt will feel lighter than ever before. My beloved brothers and sisters, open your heart for a few minutes. The promise you are about to hear was sent exactly for people going through struggle like you. Allah sees the pain you carry, even when no one else does. My beloved brothers and sisters, before we speak about the verse, we need to speak about you, your struggle, your sleepless nights, your worries that sit quietly in your chest, and the burden you carry every single day while pretending everything is fine. Debt does not just hurt your wallet, it hurts your heart, your peace, your sleep, and sometimes even your dignity. Debt makes a person feel small in front of people, even though they are still great in the sight of Allah. Debt makes every knock on the door feel frightening, every phone call feel heavy, and every morning feel stressful because you don't know what news the day will bring. Sometimes you try to explain your situation to people, but they don't understand the pressure inside you. They don't understand how you are trying, how you are working, how you are fighting every day just to keep your life standing. They see your smile, but they don't see the fear behind it. They see your strength, but they don't see how close you are to breaking. They see you managing everything, but they don't know you are barely holding yourself together. But the beauty is this: Allah knows every detail you are carrying, even when you haven't spoken a word. He knows the number of debts you have, the dates you fear, the responsibilities you must fulfill, and the ways you quietly try to save yourself from falling. He knows when you force yourself to stay patient, when you hold back tears so your family doesn't worry, and when you whisper a small dua before sleeping because you have nothing else left to say. And Allah does not just see your burden, He sees the sincerity inside you, the honesty you try to maintain, the effort you put into every little thing, and the pain you push down just to make it through another day. He sees every step you take to stay away from haram income, even when your life would be easier if you crossed that line. He sees how you feel guilty when you miss something small, and how you return to Him the moment you feel your heart becoming weak. He sees the moments when you want to give up, and the moments when you remind yourself Allah will make a way. My beloved brothers and sisters, no debt is hidden from the one who owns the heavens and the earth. No fear is invisible to the one who created your heart, and no burden is too heavy for the one who says be and it is. Before the verse gives you relief, Allah wants your heart to know this truth: you were never carrying this alone. The world may not notice your struggle, but the one who will relieve you has been watching you from the very first moment your heart felt that pressure. And when Allah watches with mercy, relief begins long before you see it with your eyes. The promise that opens doors no human can shut. My beloved brothers and sisters, there comes a moment in every believer's life when the world feels smaller, the opportunities feel fewer, and the future feels uncertain. You look at your debt, your bills, your responsibilities, and your limited income, and something inside you whispers, there is no way out. But the shocking truth is this: the moment you think there is no way, that is exactly when Allah begins creating a way you never imagined. Our eyes see walls, but Allah's mercy sees doors that are not even built yet. This is where the verse we are talking about today becomes life-changing. This is where hope returns to a heart that has been drowning for too long. This is where Allah's promise becomes more powerful than your pain. Allah did not reveal this verse for scholars, imams, or saints only. He revealed it for the tired father, the struggling mother, the young student, the single parent, the one who works day and night but still feels behind, and the one whose chest tightens every time debt is mentioned. He revealed it for you. This verse comes from Surah At-Talaq, verses 2-3, and it is one of the very few places in the Quran where Allah uses a tone of guarantee, not suggestion, a tone of certainty, not possibility, a tone of promise, not hope alone. When the Lord of the worlds uses such language, it means the door of relief is already being written in your destiny. Here is the verse again slowly, so your heart absorbs every drop of its meaning. Surah At-Talaq, verse 2-3, translation: and whoever has taqwa of Allah, He will make for him a way out. and He will provide for him from where he does not expect. This verse is not about miracles falling from the sky. It is about a relationship between your heart and your Creator. When Allah tells you He will make a way out, it means the solution is already being prepared behind the scenes, even if you see nothing happening in your life right now. When Allah tells you He will provide from where you do not expect, it means the source of your relief will not come from people you are thinking about. It will come from a direction your mind is not even capable of imagining. Some of you listening right now have been trying for months, maybe years, to escape financial pressure. You knock on doors that stay closed. You call people who ignore you. You search for jobs that don't respond. You try to earn more. Yet life keeps surprising you with more expenses. But the verse is teaching a secret that the world doesn't talk about. Your provision is not written by people, it is written by Allah. And Allah never forgets what He wrote for you. When Allah decides to give you relief, no job, no company, no system, no circumstance, no person, no debt collector, and no difficulty can block what He sends. When Allah decides to open doors, they open so quietly and smoothly that you won't even remember how dark life felt yesterday. When Allah decides to remove hardship, He removes it in a way that makes you look back and say, if that old door had opened, I would never have reached this blessing. This verse is the ultimate reminder that relief does not come from the amount of money in your account. Relief comes from the one who fills accounts, empties accounts, and rewrites stories whenever He wills. Provision is not paper, provision is mercy. Wealth is not income, wealth is barakah. Security is not numbers. Security is Allah's promise protecting you. The more deeply you understand this verse, the more you realize that your situation is not stuck, it is being shaped. Your delay is not a punishment, it is protection. Your fear is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign your heart is ready to return to the one who controls every path you walk. And your debt is not proof of failure, it is proof that Allah wants to bring you closer through a promise He made directly to you. My brothers and sisters, you have been fighting your problems with your own strength for too long. But the moment you fight them with Allah's promise behind you, the entire direction of your life begins to change. This verse is not just something to read, it is something to live. When you live it, you see changes you never thought were possible. And that is why this promise is unlike anything the world can offer. Why this one verse changes lives in ways nothing else can. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you truly understand the meaning of this verse, something remarkable begins to happen inside you. A calmness enters the heart. A strength appears in your thoughts, and a strange courage rises within you, because this verse does not only speak about money or debt, it speaks about the way Allah manages your entire life behind the scenes. It tells you that the solution to your problems is not something you must chase, it is something that Allah brings into your path at the exact moment He knows you need it. This verse is not simply telling you that Allah will help you. It is telling you how He helps you, when He helps you, and from where He helps you. Every single word in these two verses is placed with divine precision. Allah says that He will create a way out. He does not say a small opening, a tiny option, or a temporary break. He says a way out, meaning a full escape from the problem that is trapping you. Allah is promising not to lighten your burden for a moment, but to remove it in a way that it no longer controls your life. When you reflect on these words, you begin to realize that the problem is never the debt itself. The real problem is the way the debt makes you feel about your future. Debt makes a person think that life is collapsing, that dreams are impossible, that there is no hope ahead. But this verse confronts that darkness and replaces it with the light of certainty. The certainty that your future is not written by the crisis you are in, but by the Lord who promises a way out of every crisis. This verse also changes the way you interpret your struggles. Before, you thought a closed door was a sign that Allah was unhappy with you. Now, you realize it is a sign that Allah is moving you towards something better. Before, you thought delays meant failure. Now, you understand delays mean protection. Before, you thought your lowest moments were signs of weakness. Now, you understand those moments were signs that Allah was preparing you for a gift you could not receive yet. Many people walk through life thinking they are alone. They think their income depends only on their effort. They think their success is in the hands of people. They think their future is controlled by circumstances. But this verse breaks all those illusions. Allah says He will provide from places you do not expect. This means your future is not tied to the opportunities you can see right now. It's tied to the opportunities Allah has hidden for you. It's tied to invisible doors, unseen blessings, unknown help, and unexpected generosity written in your destiny long before you were born. When this reality settles in your heart, you begin to walk differently. You stop begging people for help and start asking Allah. You stop fearing loss because you know Allah's mercy never leaves you empty. You stop worrying about how and begin to trust the one who already knows the how, the when, the where, and the who. This verse also exposes a great secret. Relief from Allah often begins long before you see it with your eyes. The rizq you need may already be traveling toward you. The opportunity you've been praying for may already be written. The person who will help you might already be moving in your direction. The ease you've been waiting for might already be unfolding quietly within the world around you. Just because you don't see it now doesn't mean Allah is not preparing it. And when Allah prepares relief, He prepares it with wisdom, timing, mercy, and protection. Sometimes He delays a blessing because giving it too early would harm you. Sometimes He closes a door because behind it is a path that would break you. Sometimes He keeps you in hardship so your heart becomes ready to receive a blessing with gratitude instead of arrogance. And sometimes Allah increases a burden just a little so that when He finally removes it, you feel the joy so deeply that it changes your character forever. My beloved brothers and sisters, this verse teaches you that your struggle has purpose, your pain has direction, and your hardship has meaning. Allah never puts a believer in a place without preparing a better place ahead. He never takes something from you without planning something greater. He never lets you feel weak without preparing a strength inside you that even you do not know you possess. This is why people who live with this verse do not break easily. They do not collapse under pressure. They do not fall apart in hardship. They do not lose hope even when everything around them looks impossible, because their faith is standing on a promise that comes directly from the one whose power has no limits. This verse does not remove your problems instantly. It removes the fear inside your heart, and when fear leaves, courage enters. And when courage enters, you begin to move towards solutions you never had the strength to pursue before. This is why this verse is not just a cure for debt, it is a cure for despair. It is a cure for anxiety. It is a cure for every moment you ever felt abandoned by life. Because the one who revealed these words is the one who will never abandon you. The hidden system of relief Allah uses to save you before you break. My beloved brothers and sisters, there is something about this verse that most people never notice. Something that sits quietly beneath the words, yet carries a power that can completely reshape your understanding of Allah's mercy. It is the truth that Allah does not wait for your life to collapse before He intervenes. He begins helping you long before you realize you needed help. He begins preparing solutions long before you recognize the problem. And He begins opening doors long before you have the courage to walk toward them. The verse that promises a way out is not activated the moment you panic. It is activated the moment your heart turns sincerely to Allah, even if your lips remain silent. It is activated the moment you choose honesty over ease, patience over anger, gratitude over frustration, and taqwa over shortcuts. It is activated the moment you realize that you were never meant to carry your burden alone. Many people think their relief begins when they see a new job, a new opportunity, or a sudden improvement in their financial situation. But in reality, relief begins much earlier, at the exact moment Allah sees your heart choosing Him over fear. And when Allah sees that moment, He begins arranging things in the unseen world in ways your mind cannot comprehend. Some of you right now are listening to this message while believing that nothing is changing in your life. You are praying, working, trying and crying, but you see no progress, no shift, no light. You think Allah is silent. You think your dua is ignored. You think your effort is unnoticed. But what if the truth is completely different? What if the silence you are experiencing is not Allah ignoring you, but Allah preparing something greater than what you are praying for? What if every delay is a shield protecting you from harm you cannot see? What if every closed door is preventing you from entering a place that would break your spirit? What if every long wait is shaping your heart into a vessel strong enough to hold the blessing coming your way. Allah's system of relief is not built on speed, it is built on perfection. Speed creates excitement, but perfection creates transformation. Speed gives a temporary high, but perfection gives lifelong peace. Speed solves a moment, but perfection solves a future. This is why Allah sometimes allows you to stay in a certain struggle longer than you want, because He is not preparing a small relief. He is preparing a complete shift in your life. A shift so profound that when it finally arrives, you will look back at your old struggles and understand why the wait was necessary. Think about the phrase in the verse, He will make for him a way out. Allah does not say He will show you the way out. He says He will make, meaning the path is created by Him, not discovered by you. If the path was already there, you would have found it long ago. But the fact that you feel trapped, stuck, and unable to move forward is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that the path you need simply does not exist yet. It will be created for you and only for you at the moment Allah knows you are ready. Imagine that. Your solution is not waiting somewhere in the world for you to find it. It will be created in the exact moment Allah chooses. A job that doesn't exist today may be written for you tomorrow. A person who never knew you might become the one who helps you. A door that is locked right now may open for you in a way no key can explain. An obstacle that feels unmovable may collapse without effort. This is not fantasy. This is how Allah works for the one who puts their trust in Him. This verse also reveals something even deeper, the connection between your inner state and your outer blessings. Allah does not say He will make a way out for everyone. He says He will make a way out for whoever has taqwa, meaning the key to unlocking this promise lies within your heart and your choices, not within your income or your resources. Taqwa is not perfection. Taqwa is effort. It is choosing what pleases Allah even when you are tired. It is avoiding what displeases Him even when you are tempted. It is remembering Him even when your life feels overwhelming. It is trusting Him even when your situation looks impossible. When Allah sees taqwa rising inside a believer's heart, He sends barakah into their life. And barakah is something the world cannot measure. Barakah makes a small income last longer. Barakah makes a small home feel full of peace. Barakah makes a small opportunity grow into something life-changing. Barakah turns average effort into powerful results. Barakah brings helpers without you asking, solutions without you planning, and relief without you predicting. This is why this verse changes lives. It invites barakah. And barakah is the true cure for debt, not money. My beloved brothers and sisters, every time you recite this verse with sincerity, you are not only asking Allah for relief, you are telling Him, I trust your timing, your wisdom, and your mercy more than I trust my fear. And when a believer reaches that state, the gates of the unseen world begin to move, the angels begin to write, the heart begins to lighten, the future begins to shift. The world might still look the same to you for a little while, but something inside you begins to change slowly, gently and beautifully. Anxiety becomes hope, fear becomes patience, doubt becomes certainty. And the same problems that once felt suffocating begin to feel like temporary tests instead of permanent punishments. This is why those who live with this verse do not live in desperation, they live in expectation. Expectation of mercy, expectation of relief, expectation of help, expectation of doors opening, expectation of Allah fulfilling His promise, and Allah never breaks His promise. When you walk toward Allah, your provision walks toward you. My beloved brothers and sisters, there is a hidden truth about life that becomes clear only when a person goes through hardship, especially financial hardship. When things are easy, we think our success comes from our effort, our planning, our strength, and our intelligence. But when life becomes tight, when money becomes hard, when bills pile up, and when every direction feels blocked, only then do we begin to realize how powerless we truly are without Allah's help. Hardship exposes the illusion of control. Hardship strips away pride. Hardship breaks the ego. Hardship pushes the heart toward the only door that never shuts, Allah. And this is where the miracle of this verse begins its work. The promise of Allah is not activated by perfection, it is activated by returning. When the heart turns back to Allah with sincerity, tears, honesty, regret, hope, and trust even just a small amount, Allah responds in ways that shake the heavens. Your situation might look the same from the outside, but in the unseen world, a chain of mercy begins that will eventually pull you out of your struggle. Allah does not ask you for results, He asks you for sincerity. Allah does not ask you for wealth, He asks you for patience. Allah does not ask you to solve everything. He asks you to do your best and leave the rest to Him. This verse teaches that your provision is not delayed because of the size of your need, but because of the state of your heart. When the heart changes, everything around you begins to change. You start making decisions with clarity instead of panic. You begin seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. You stop expecting help from people and you start expecting help from Allah. You replace complaining with gratitude, and suddenly what you thought was small becomes enough. What you thought was closed begins to open, and what you thought was delayed arrives with perfect timing. My beloved brothers and sisters, there is something else you must understand. Provision is not always money. Sometimes the greatest provision Allah gives you is strength, because strength itself can unlock opportunities you never saw before. Sometimes the best provision Allah gives is courage, because courage can take you to places fear blocked you from. Sometimes Allah gives you calmness, because calmness allows you to think clearly and make better choices. Sometimes Allah gives you people who support you, guide you, help you, open doors for you. And sometimes Allah gives you barakah, and a little barakah is worth more than a mountain of wealth. This is why some people earn a lot but remain constantly in debt, because there is no barakah. And some people earn less but their life feels full because barakah is present. Barakah is the difference between surviving and living, between stress and gratitude, between fear and trust. The verse you are learning today is not simply about removing debt, it is about bringing barakah into your life, because barakah is the true cure for every form of poverty. When barakah enters your earnings, your home begins to feel lighter. Arguments reduce, worries lessen. The anxiety of what will happen next becomes replaced with Allah is with me. You begin to feel a type of peace that no amount of money can buy. But the most incredible part is this: when you begin to walk toward Allah with sincerity, your provision begins to walk toward you. You take one step toward obedience, and 10 steps of mercy come running toward your life. You close one door of haram, and Allah opens 10 doors of halal. You give up one sin for His sake, and Allah gives you 10 blessings you did not even ask for. You perform one act of charity, and Allah places hidden protection around your wealth that no thief, no loss, no crisis can shake. This is the secret behind this verse. It is not about changing your finances, it is about changing your direction. When your heart moves toward Allah, your future moves toward ease. When your trust moves toward Allah, your fears begin to fade. When your effort moves toward Allah, your provision begins to follow. Allah does not delay relief to punish you. He delays relief to prepare you. He delays to purify you. He delays so your gratitude will be deeper when the blessing finally arrives. He delays because the blessing being prepared for you is bigger than the one you were praying for. My beloved brothers and sisters, if you knew how close your relief was, you would not cry another tear of fear. You would cry tears of gratitude. If you knew how carefully Allah was arranging your future, you would not panic for a single moment. If you could see how many angels were being sent to help you, protect you, and guide you, your heart would not feel heavy for even 1 second. This verse is a door that leads to hidden mercy. Recite it, believe it, live it, and watch how your life begins to shift in ways you never expected. The unseen help surrounding you while you think you're alone. My beloved brothers and sisters, there is a point in every believer's journey where the burden feels heavier than their strength. You reach a stage where you have cried enough, tried enough, failed enough, and waited long enough that your heart begins to whisper, maybe this is my destiny, maybe nothing will change, maybe I am meant to suffer. But what you do not realize is that Allah's help often arrives quietly, softly, invisibly, long before it becomes visible in your life. You see, the help of Allah does not always come in the form of sudden wealth, new jobs, or major breakthroughs. Sometimes it begins with a small calmness in your heart, a moment of clarity in your thoughts, a sudden wave of hope that appears out of nowhere, or a peaceful night of sleep after months of stress. These are not small things. They are signs that Allah is already working for you, already lifting your burden, already sending angels to guide you, already shaping your future with mercy you have not yet seen. There are many moments in life when you feel like nothing is happening, but in the unseen world, everything is happening. Blessings are being written. Paths are being created. Barakah is being sent down. People are being prepared to help you. Opportunities are being moved toward you. Doors you think are locked are silently unlocking. Situations you fear are being softened before you reach them. The only reason you cannot see this movement is because Allah wants your heart to trust Him, not the signs. If He showed you everything happening behind the scenes, your faith would not grow. But when He hides the process and gives you only His promise, it forces your heart to lean on Him alone, and that is where true faith is born. This is why the verse says, He will provide for him from where he does not expect. Not from where you are calculating, not from the sources you already know, not from the people you rely on, but from directions your mind has never considered. Because Allah wants you to know that your provision is not limited to your skills, your job, your contacts, or your plans. Your provision is tied to His mercy, and His mercy has no limits. Many times, Allah removes a source of income because He wants to give you a better one. He closes one door because He knows it was too small for the blessing He wants to send. He delays a job because that job would have harmed your spiritual health. He holds back a certain amount of money because receiving it at the wrong time would make you arrogant. He lets you struggle for a while because He knows that struggle will wash away a weakness in your heart that you could not remove yourself. Everything He does is out of wisdom. Everything He delays is out of protection. Everything He withholds is out of love. Everything He gives is out of mercy. And everything He promises, He fulfills. My beloved brothers and sisters, there are angels right now carrying your du'as to the heavens. There are doors right now being softened for you. There are blessings right now traveling toward you with your name on them. There are people right now who do not know you yet, but will one day become the reason your life improves. There are moments of ease and success waiting for you in the future that you cannot imagine today. Allah has prepared things for you that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart has ever dreamed. And this is the beauty of living with this verse. It teaches you that you never walk alone. Your tears are not alone. Your pain is not alone. Your debt is not alone. Your fear is not alone. Your worries are not alone. Every step you take with trust invites 10 steps of mercy from Allah. Every act of patience invites blessings you did not ask for. Every moment you avoid haram for Allah's sake invites doors of halal you never saw coming. Every day you wake up and choose effort over despair invites the angels to stand beside you and guide your path. Even the delays you hate are carrying blessings you will love. Even the hardships you fear are hiding gifts you cannot see yet. Even the moments you feel abandoned are moments Allah is holding you the closest. This verse does not promise wealth, it promises relief. It does not promise luxury, it promises barakah. It does not promise an easy life, it promises a guided life. And a guided life is far greater than an easy one. My beloved brothers and sisters, you may feel alone right now, but the one who controls the universe is closer to you than your own breath. You may feel weak, but the one who created strength is supporting you. You may feel lost, but the one who guided the prophets is guiding you. You may feel broken, but the one who heals hearts is preparing to heal yours. And when His help finally becomes visible, you will look back on your hardest nights and realize they were shaping you, not breaking you. The door of relief opens the moment your heart finally understands who Allah is. My beloved brothers and sisters, there comes a point in every believer's journey when the heart suddenly realizes something profound, something that changes the way you see your problems, your fears, your debt, your past, and your entire future. It is the moment you truly understand who Allah is and how He deals with those who turn to Him with sincerity. For most of your life, you look at your troubles and ask, why is this happening to me? But when you understand Allah, the question changes. You begin to ask, what is Allah preparing for me through this? This shift alone can transform a heart crushed by worry into a heart filled with hope. You begin to remember that Allah is not the one who pushes you into hardship. He is the one who pulls you out of it. He is not the one who abandons His servant. He is the one who waits for His servant to return. He is not the one who tightens your life to punish you. He is the one who tightens it to guide you toward a better direction. This realization alone brings a peace that no amount of wealth can buy. When you finally understand Allah, you stop believing that your life is driven by luck, chance, or people. You realize your life is driven by a Lord who never breaks His promise. You realize that a delay from Allah is far more valuable than an answer from the world. You realize that when Allah closes one door, He is not ending your story. He is moving you away from danger toward a blessing you cannot see yet. Think back for a moment. How many times in your life did you think a situation would destroy you, but you came out stronger? How many times did you fear losing something, only to discover that losing it brought a greater blessing? How many times did you feel alone, only to realize later that Allah was protecting you from the wrong people? How many times did you cry in frustration, only to find out later that those tears washed away something that was blocking your path? These moments are not accidents. They are the signs of a Lord who manages your life with a level of care and mercy you will only understand on the day when all stories are revealed. And this brings us back to the verse, the promise Allah made in Surah At-Talaq, verse 2-3. This verse is not just a message for the wealthy or the strong. It is for the broken, the overwhelmed, the worried, the tired of pretending to be okay, the one who feels like life has become too heavy to carry. It is for you. This verse is your reminder that your story is not written by your problems, it is written by your Creator. Your relief is not determined by your income, it is determined by Allah's decree. Your future does not depend on who supports you, it depends on who sustains you. And the one who sustains you is the one who feeds the birds, grows the seeds, opens the wombs, manages the heavens, and protects the believer through every valley of hardship. My beloved brothers and sisters, when you recite this verse with sincerity, you are telling Allah something powerful. You are the one I rely on. You are the one I trust. You are the one who sees my effort. You are the one who knows my fear. You are the one who holds my future. And Allah responds to such a heart in a way the entire world cannot block. This verse teaches you that your debt is not a sign of failure. Your debt is a test designed to elevate you. Your delays are not punishments, they are arrangements. Your struggles are not signs of weakness, they are signs that Allah is preparing you for something better than what you are asking for. When the believer reaches this state, they stop collapsing when life becomes tight. They stop panicking when risk becomes small. They stop fearing when circumstances become dark. Instead, they stand firm because they know that the one who promised them relief is the one who created them, nurtured them, protected them, and guided them since the first day they entered this world. You must understand something deeply. The same Allah who rescued Yunus from the belly of the whale can rescue you from your difficulty. The same Allah who split the sea for Musa can split a path for your success. The same Allah who protected Maryam can protect your home from fear. The same Allah who relieved Ayub from pain can relieve your heart from anxiety. And the same Allah who said He will make for him a way out will never leave His promise empty, not for you, not for anyone who turns to Him with hope. So my beloved brothers and sisters, if you have been waiting, keep waiting with trust. If you have been struggling, struggle with patience. If you have been praying, pray with certainty. If you have been reciting this verse, recite it with full faith. Because the moment you reach the end of your strength is the moment Allah opens the door of His strength for you. Your relief may not appear suddenly, but it is already written. Your risk may not grow overnight, but it is already on the way. Your burden may not drop instantly, but it is already being lifted. Your tears may not stop immediately, but they are already being counted and replaced by future joys. And the day Allah finally shows you why He delayed the blessing, you will thank Him for every hardship you endured, because those hardships will lead you to a blessing far greater than what you were praying for. My beloved brothers and sisters, as you reach the end of this reminder, let your heart breathe for a moment. Let your shoulders relax. Let your chest soften. You have carried your worries for so long that you forgot something essential. Your burden was never meant to be carried alone. Allah has been with you through every silent tear, every tired night, every stressful morning, every moment you felt overwhelmed, and every time you whispered a dua hoping for a way out. The verse you heard today is not just a message for your ears, it is a promise for your soul. Allah knows your debt, He knows your struggle, He knows your fear, and He knows exactly when your relief will arrive. Not a second early, not a second late, but at the perfect moment when your heart is ready to receive what He has written for you. So tonight when you recite Surah At-Talaq, verse 2-3, do not recite it as information, recite it as a lifeline, recite it as trust, recite it as a believer speaking to the Lord who has never once abandoned His servants. Place your worries in His hands, because His hands are safer than your own. May Allah open for you doors you never imagined. May He remove every debt that weighs on your heart. May He replace your fear with ease, your sadness with peace, your struggle with relief, and your tears with smiles that shine from the soul. May He send angels to guide your steps, barakah to fill your home, and mercy to protect your future. Ameen. My beloved brothers and sisters, remain patient, remain hopeful. Your way out is already being prepared by the one who promised you.